Welcome back to the channel, your trusted guide for beating every GTA 6 mission with precision, speed, and expert strategy. Today we're tackling one of the most intense missions in the early Vice City arc, Blood on the Neon Highway. This mission stands out for its high-speed combat and layered objectives. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It forces you to juggle driving, shooting, and making tactical decisions in real time while enemy convoys try to run you off the road. Many players struggle here because one mistake can cost you the entire chase. In this walkthrough, I'll show you exactly how to survive every wave, pick the best routes, and finish the mission with maximum efficiency. You'll learn where enemies spawn, how to control the flow of the chase, and a few tricks that will save you both ammo and time. If you're ready to turn this chaotic highway brawl into a clean, calculated win, you're in the right place. Let's break it down. The moment you hit the illuminated stretch of Neon Highway and the scripted ambush triggers, two black SUVs cut across traffic and attempt to box you in while a pair of motorcycles close in from the rear. The mistake most players make is reacting too quickly with gunfire. But the smarter move is to focus on escaping the initial trap. Aim your car toward the right-hand SUV and accelerate hard into its side. This vehicle is coded to absorb impact without crippling your own, creating the opening you need to break free. Once you're clear, immediately switch to your SMG and deal with the motorcycles. Always prioritize the riders themselves rather than wasting time on the bikes. One or two clean bursts are enough to take them down, and eliminating them early prevents flanking fire during the chase. Stay centered in the highway's middle lanes where traffic density is manageable. Pushing too far left will trigger denser civilian spawns, which makes collisions much more likely. As the road curves, watch for a scripted pit maneuver attempt from the left SUV. It will line up behind you and try to clip your rear bumper. The counter is simple. Tap the brakes briefly, let it overshoot, then unload into the driver window as it passes. This maneuver is safer than trying to outsteer the SUV, and if you disable it here, you significantly reduce the gunfire aimed at you in the next phase. After clearing the bikes and crippling at least one SUV, maintain steady pursuit. You'll spot the convoy up ahead, an armored truck guarded by escort pickups. Surviving the ambush successfully sets you up with momentum and ammunition for the critical chase section that follows. The pursuit phase begins as the armored truck, and its escorts come into full view ahead. Your priority is to close distance carefully without damaging the target vehicle. Focus first on the rear pickup. Approach from slightly left of center, keeping 2 car lengths of space, and aim for the gunner positioned in the open bed. Use short, controlled bursts from your SMG to eliminate him quickly. Once the gunner drops, the driver becomes vulnerable. A light sideswipe will destabilize the truck, forcing it into traffic and removing it from the chase without using much ammunition. As you advance, 2 motorcycles merge from the right on-ramp and immediately attempt to flank. Rather than wasting ammo, the safer and faster option is to use your vehicle as a weapon. Angle slightly and clip them at low speed to send both riders sliding. This maneuver conserves resources while keeping your focus on the main convoy. The second escort pickup is programmed with more aggressive AI and frequently brake checks to cause collisions. Avoid tailgating. Stay back, aim for the rear gunner and fire when you have a clear shot. Once the gunner is down, accelerate past on the right-hand side and take out the driver with a focused burst. This disables the vehicle cleanly without straying too close to the armored truck. Throughout this section, maintain awareness of surrounding traffic. Civilian vehicles will spawn unpredictably in the middle and right lanes, so keep a steady offset to the left shoulder whenever possible. The convoy leader then increases speed as a scripted trigger, pulling you both toward the highway roadblock. Sequence. At this stage, the escort is neutralized, and only the armored truck remains under guard, setting the stage for the most dangerous stretch of the mission. The highway roadblock sequence begins immediately after the convoy accelerates, and this is where most players lose momentum. The first barricade is simple but deceptive. 2 cargo vans parked diagonally with a narrow gap between them. Instead of slowing or wasting ammo, line up your approach dead center and push through at maximum speed. The scripted collision only scrapes your vehicle and ensures you remain on pace with the armored truck. The second roadblock introduces elevated gunmen. Several enemies stand on top of cars positioned along both lanes, creating a crossfire zone. Do not stop to engage. Instead, reduce speed slightly and weave between civilian traffic. Use vehicles as natural cover, shifting lanes at the last second to block incoming fire. Once clear, accelerate hard through the far left opening, avoiding prolonged exposure. Stopping here almost always results in being overwhelmed by sustained gunfire. The third and final blockade is the deadliest. The entire stretch is covered with spike strips, while a flaming semi-truck blocks the primary lanes. If you drive straight in, your tires will blow, effectively ending the mission. The key is recognizing the alternate path. On the far right shoulder, just before the barricade, there is a narrow service ramp. Take this detour at full speed. It bypasses the spikes, jumps a small divider, and drops you back onto the highway past the burning truck. Missing this exit is the most common fail point of the mission, so be prepared to cut sharply toward it. Once you land, the convoy stabilizes ahead, but without its supporting forces. Surviving the gauntlet automatically reduces enemy spawns, giving you breathing room. The armored truck is now isolated, which prepares you for the precision takedown sequence that closes the mission. The final phase begins once the armored truck is isolated on the open highway. At this point, patience is critical. Resist the urge to unload blindly, because destroying the cargo automatically fails the mission. Instead, close distance carefully and position yourself alongside the passenger side. Aim for the exposed rear tire and deliver short, controlled bursts. After 5 to 6 bursts, the truck begins to fishtail, losing stability without taking catastrophic damage. When the vehicle destabilizes, accelerate ahead and cut across its path. This forces a scripted spin-out event, causing the driver to abandon the truck. Immediately after, reinforcements arrive in the form of 2 motorcycles and a sedan. Do not rush forward. Instead, use the disabled armored truck as cover. Position your vehicle behind it, lean out with your SMG and prioritize targets in order. First the bikes, then the sedan. The motorcycles close distance fastest, so eliminating them early prevents flanking fire. The sedan contains multiple shooters but moves predictably, making it easier to suppress once the faster threats are cleared. Ammo management is important here. Keep bursts tight and avoid spraying. The reinforcements are vulnerable to headshots, and each one falls quickly if you stay disciplined. Once the area is secure, approach the armored truck and enter it. From here, the objective is simple: deliver it to the client's garage. The delivery segment introduces light police resistance. If wanted stars trigger, avoid firefights. Rely on the truck's heavy armor to shove police cruisers aside. Maintain forward momentum and do not deviate from the GPS route, as detours can spawn additional enemies. Traffic density is moderate, but the truck's bulk allows you to clear a path without losing speed. Drive straight into the marked garage to complete the mission. Your rewards include a significant cash payout, reputation gains with the client, and access to new vehicle modification options. Precision and control throughout this final stretch ensure you end the mission efficiently and without unnecessary retrees.